All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Mobility Focus. We are sitting here right now with David Carr. He's our executive director here at Sunset Empire Transportation, and we're going to put the spotlight on him here for a little while and see what he has to say. So come with us, and we're going to get right into it. Hi, David. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. So listen, I want to get right into the questions here, okay? So our first question is, if you can just tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe how you came to transit and what drives you.
So I've been in transit since 2013. Prior to that, I worked at Duke University. I worked at the University of Washington. I was in transportation services there. Most of my career has spanned either transportation, fleet, or commuter services, transit, and just a lot of mobility options. And most recently I worked at Capital Metro in Austin, Texas. We had about 500 fixed route bus, 280 paratransit vehicles. My primary role there was director of zero emission vehicles, and we had 104 battery electric buses, a hydrogen fuel cell pilot project we were working on. I had just completed an autonomous 40-foot bus research project with the FTA. And so while I was doing, I think high level technical research and advanced technology deployments, I had been working closely with our operations people and our frontline staff to show how this new technology would integrate with existing systems and operations. So how we did routes and blocks change with electric vehicles. How we would do other things in the future, depending on the technology, could be impacted by that.
Wow. Well, you said autonomous, and that really caught my ear. And electric vehicles, that was big time too. Those of you who know me know I'm an electric vehicle nerd. I really appreciate that kind of stuff. So let's get into the next big thing. So you're over here now in Astoria, Oregon is where we're based at. But it's all of Clatsop County and the North Oregon coast. Why is transit so important here?
Well, a couple of things. First off, I'm from the area, so I have an intimate knowledge of Astoria and the surrounding area. I grew up here, went to high school here. I really have, I think, a unique perspective, but also a fondness for the area. So I understand the folks that are here, the people here, and a lot of the people here are reliant on transit. We provide rural transit provides a different kind of service than a big city transit. We're connecting people and we're providing paratransit services, so they're going to their doctor, they're going to their medical appointment, they're going to dialysis, but they're also going to get groceries, they're also going to see their families. They're doing things that just normal transportation modes, so these people, rather than being homebound or being in a situation where your disability impairs your ability to get around, we're providing that bridge, we're providing that connection. So we're able to take, we provide 100,000 rides a year for people to not only get connected, but get out of the house, get to do their business, get to do things that make them part of the normal fabric of our society.
Wow. SCTV really is that lifeline. It really gets people to where they need to go and all that, David. That's awesome. So looking forward, transit is actually a really wonderful thing, and you speak so passionately about transit. But that doesn't mean there aren't challenges. So in today's world, what are some of the challenges you think, not only maybe nationally, but what we would have to deal with here?
Well, rural transit is somewhat of a disadvantage in that you don't have the volume and you don't have the dollars that a lot of the larger transit agencies have. But that doesn't mean we're not any less important. We just have to be more creative. So the ideas and the concepts that are going in the rest of the country, whether it's different mobility options, whether it's autonomous vehicles, electric vehicles, or if it's just micro transit or other alternate transit methods, that's coming to the fore in the country, because I think transit's going to transform. The 40-foot fixed route transit bus isn't the only way to operate transit. You're going to see more of the smaller vehicle, the paratransit vehicle, where we're picking up not only disabled or disadvantaged people, we're also going to be able to pick up any number of different people across the whole strata. And this system becomes much more integrated when we start working with our partners in the industries. And we can work across those lines, find ways to connect and complement each other. I think we can become a part of a transportation system or network in this area. Rural transit, because we're so small, because we cover a pretty large area, but a small population, it makes us, we have to be more dynamic, we have to be more flexible, and we have to be able to really get a lot more bang for our buck than you would in a larger agency.
Oh man, I love the fact that you really kind of went down that good rabbit hole to ensure, you're telling us right now that, transit is as important as it is to this coastal area here, and you explained that there could be challenges, but we need to be able to be creative, and I really appreciate that. I mean, we're doing a podcast on a bus. Actually, it's one of our newer buses. So what excites you about what you see right now, not only here with our district, but like you say, as this potentially this bigger system and stuff? What do you think are some of the programs that you're excited about, something that's coming up that really, really just grabs your attention and says, I want to do that?
Well, there's two things. First of all, we have to establish our fundamentals. We have to establish our baseline. We have to know where our budget is. We have to know where our funding is coming from. We have to get fundamentally sound. So there's some things and some practices we have that I think have led us a little bit off the path, and we get a little bit provincial in our thinking. And so the first step is getting our foundation in order, getting ourselves and the staff exposed to what's going on in the rest of the country. Because there's a lot of innovation going on in a lot of smaller transit agencies, a lot of rural transit agencies. They're taking those same dollars and they're making them go farther. They're using technology and other systems to be more innovative. So that once we have that fundamentals in place, then we take the creative energy that we have in this group. This group has a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, and they understand our clients and they understand our area. And now it's applying this technology or applying these new concepts, because transit's transforming, and we have to be part of that transformation. If all we're going to do is run a bus back between point A and point B, and that's all we're going to do, our mission's going to be hard to accomplish. By adding these other elements, by adding this new technology, by being able to embrace that change and being able to embed it in the community, it will allow us to do a lot more things for a lot more people within the same framework and the same technology we have today. I think that that's where the excitement is, being able to take what we have and make it in incremental steps better all the time. And we're going to find ways to reach people. It's that homebound person that gets out. It's that person that only goes back and forth for dialysis. Now they get to stop at the market. Now they get to go visit their brother. Those things, in the whole overall scheme of things, seem like a small thing, but it's huge for those individuals. And the more we can serve those individuals and their needs and expand that to the greater community, the more service we can provide. And I think that the perception of rural transit is enhanced.
That's great. So it just seems, again, like transit, there's a lot going on in transit. You mentioned creativity, you mentioned potential programs and moving forward. It's just a lot of movement. There's a lot of stuff. And I would imagine it can be quite a lot of work for you on a daily basis, getting stuff done and making sure all of, being the director of that SCTD needs. You're sitting here just working your tail off to make sure that we're moving forward in a really good direction. So last question, I promise, on this one. What do you, David Carr, like to do to unwind a little bit? You've come home now. So what is it you like to do here at all by any chance? Is there sports? Is there kind of hanging out with friends, family? What do you like to do?
Well, I like to do lots of different things. I currently play basketball in the morning at the high school. That's really a great thing for me. It's one of the most positive things in my life, where I meet a group of people like the high school principal, you included, and we're playing ball and we're part of a team and we're creating this community for ourselves. I golf. I'm terrible, but I still like to golf, and I'm out there and I like to do those things. So far since I've been here, I went clam digging on the last day of the season. I went to Buoy 10 and caught a coho. I'm doing all the things that I used to do to some extent when I was here before, and I get to do it again and kind of relive some of that. I think being in this place is really special. People who live here, I think you kind of take it for granted, but when you go away and you come back, this is a unique place. It's got a unique place in my heart. It's a unique place in the world, and we're in a very unique time in that there's lots of challenges presented to us in terms of trying to provide this service. But we're also in a unique time in that we have the technology, we have the ideas, we have the concepts, we have the ability to reach out to the community, educate the community on what we're doing, become integrated into some of their activities, and being able to use that as a way. We're not just taking a few people back and forth. We want to take the community and move it forward.
Moving it forward, folks, that is what transit is all about. Sunset Empire Transportation District, we are so thankful so much here on the Mobility Focus to put the spotlight on David Carr. This is going to be kind of the first part of hopefully many type of interviews that you'll see here coming up in the near future. David, it was an absolute pleasure getting a chance to talk with you and sharing a little bit about you and what you think about the vision of the future for SETD with our viewers here. And we just hope for the best for you and the district. And thank you so much for being here.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, everybody, thank you very much for attending yet another Mobility Focus. We look forward to sharing more with you in the future. This is the end of the show, so thank you very much. Take care, and remember, get out there, ride the bus.